who is the founder of a Vada business, Dr. John DeMartini, who featured in the movie named Secret. And I got a chance. I mean, I think this is a financial education group. So I am honored to tell you that I have met both the authors of Rich Dad and Poor Dad. I got a chance to meet Robert Kiyosaki. We did a course on wealth management with him on a real estate. So we have a sister concern in US. I run a wealth management company here in Bangalore as well. We have a group of approximately 2,500 people who trade based on my recommendation and advice. And I got a chance to meet Sharon Lecter, who is the co-author, and now she's head of the Napoleon Hill Foundation. Then I have my master mentor. His name is T. Harvicker. So you will see some of his work, which will reflect, and I have quoted in my book also. So my story is more like I worked for 10 years in a corporate, and then last 5 years I'm an entrepreneur. I got a chance to learn from Tony Robbins. Also, I'm one of his fire walker. I'll tell you about this, something which is very, very interesting. What they make you do is they make you walk on the fire, and that becomes an anchor in your life. And whenever you go through the difficulty, you ask this question, what is more difficult? Is it walking on the fire or the challenge which currently I'm facing? So same thing happened. Last month I was Corona positive when I got the report of Corona positive. You would have seen when you see these news channels, people get the Corona and they faint, isn't it? It's scary. But then again, same question I asked, this is the problem. Is it difficult than walking on the fire, or is it this report is difficult, right? So pretty much a big community I have, which is in building. We call it a wealth architects group, which has approximately 2,500 people. I always tell people that if you want to become wealthy, you got to dream, and even your wildest dream, can become true. And what we are going to learn today is exactly on the formats of KBC I have designed, and we are going to look at the 16 question, and it will really help you ponder that if you want to become wealthy in life, are you on a track or not? Because I personally feel energy plays a very, very vital role in everything, So when it comes to, your wildest dream, it will become true. Had a chance to present my book to Shreya Bachchan on the sets of KBC in year 2019, first episode. Some of the more pictures from there. Got a chance to meet him 6 times, 4 times in KBC, 1 time at his residence, and I was also invited as one of the guests on his 77th birthday. Which we call it as per his movie Satya Pe Satya. When I was working in corporate, I didn't even get a chance to meet my CEOs or ask questions during the town hall, right? But after we wrote this book, we got a chance to meet not only millennials, tons of millennials we have met, but we also got a chance to meet a billionaire. The other person whom you see in the picture, his name is Darshan. He's my co-author, he's my business partner, and whatever I do today, whether I am presenting this is something which is not possible without his support. So he's not here in front of the camera, but right now we have a training going on, and he's taking those trainings. So recently my exclusive interview got featured on the websites of the NBC, CBS, and Fox. Maybe I'll share that in a group you guys can go through. Not to boast about anything, just to tell you that there is a story which will definitely inspire you. Recently, there is a website which is called Big Market Journal, a reputed website where our interview got featured, and we haven't got the link yet. Once link comes, again I'll share with you guys. So pretty much about me. Hope I have not taken too much time, and I have another event today, so I will have to wrap up by 6:30 because 7 o'clock that event starts. So I'll share about that also in case some of you want to join. You're most welcome. Approximately 400 people have already registered as per the last message. But then I thought, it is very important to do a presentation on this group. So I got to speak after this event as well. So let's get started on learning. I'll do a quick 40-minute learning. Okay, let's get started. So when it comes to a wealth, or it comes to a mindset, people think that probably they will have to go and climb the Mount Everest. That is how we think. But according to me, the process of wealth building is simple once you have that mindset. And once you have that mindset, then gradually, definitely you are going to be there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you 60 questions. It is not which I am going to teach you. What I'll do is I'll you those questions, and what I've seen is if you will ponder on those questions, there are a lot of obstacles which you are going to take out from your way. And if all the answers to those questions are yes for you, I'm telling you, you are on the right path. Okay, so first thing, what you see here is the equation, which is I minus E, and this is where all the game starts, right? If you have to build the wealth, then you need to have income. And when you have income, naturally you will have expenses. And what I see is most of the people either have expenses more than income, or their income is equal to expense. Now, unfortunately, both these people will not be able to make it, because if your expenses are more than income, then you are going to go broke for sure. That is what is the formula, right? So the people who use credit card without thinking, I mean, those guys are definitely from the spender's profile, without thinking, and they are swapping that they're going to pay next month, and if their incomes are less than their expenses, there is a problem. So this is the first place, to investigate which category you fall. Does not matter even if it is 100 rupees. Your income minus expense value is 100 rupees or 1,000 rupees. Uh, it's good. That is what you are saving something. You are in positive. This is where all possibility starts. When I wrote this book called as Slumdog Investor, uh, uh, people ask me, how can be a slumdog be an investor? So what it means is, even if you don't have a money, even if you start with very little, it is eventually going to take the snowball effect. This is all where it starts. So very important to go and take a look at your statement, that where are you? And let's be honest, because in my corporate career, I was working as a Six Sigma consultant, and when you realize there is a problem, you can definitely improve it. Okay, so I would want each one of you to go and check this particular formula, that I hope your income minus expense is not in negative and it is not zero. Until unless it is not as positive, even if it is 100 rupees, it's very, very difficult to become wealthy. Okay, so with that, I will ask you this question. Okay, and my question to all of you: have you set a goal of making 1 crore with timeline? Right? Why 1 crore? Because that's a hobby. Everybody wants to become crorepati. But who will be able to become crorepati? If you really look at the number, that how many people have filed income tax. I mean, there will be crorepatis, but if you look at the number of people who have filed income tax last year, that's an assignment for you, above 1 crore, right? So my question to all of you, that have you set a goal of making a 1 crore with a date and a timeline? If you have set it, then you are in the race of becoming wealthy. If you haven't set it, then there is a problem. Now, before you set this goal, it is very, very important that whatever is your upper threshold, forget about the method, how will it happen, and all those things. First thing is, your mind is very, very powerful. And either you will set your mind to solve bigger problem or a small problem. Because it is always seeking answer. Have you realized that your mind is always seeking an answer to some
Right, sir.
question?
Yes.
Now, what question are you giving it to solve will define that what answer it will find for you. So if you will give it like things like, my life is not doing good, my finances sucks, I'm not doing good in life, how do I make more money, it is going to find answer to those questions.
Right.
It's a very good book. I want you to make a note of that book, which is called as a what to say when you talk to yourself. What to say when you
When you
talk to yourself. So you should read that book, because that book talks a lot about the self talk. And one pattern, what I have noticed in all the wealthy people, what I see is, their self talks are right. They don't talk this scarcity. You know that they have always abundance mentality. So this book actually teaches you what to say when you talk to yourself. It really helps you reprogram yourself. It really helps change your programming, and it helps you replace the old pattern. So question to all of you, that have you set a goal of making a 1 crore with a date or a timeline? If you have not done it, my humble request to all of you, please go and do it. And rather, if you don't have a belief that you will be able to make a 1 crore now, what I would say is, set a goal of crossing your upper limit. Don't worry that you are in a job or whether you are in a business or whatever you do, right? And if you've already done a 1 crore, let's say some people who are already here, if you've done you 1 crore, then extend it. Now your next goal is to go to 5 crore or 10 crores, right? If you're already there, your next goal should be multiplied by at least 5 or 10, right? And you will have those challenges. Every time when you break a barrier of the upper limit, there is another limit. And you don't have to compete with anybody, okay? So that's the first question to you. Have you set your goal of making 1 crore with a date and a timeline? That brings me to a plan, right? Now, if I ask you, let's say I ask you that, let's say you have set a goal to make a crore, but do you have a plan? And what do I mean by plan is this, and which is called as an aspirational goal or a moonshot thinking, right? There's a saying, right? Aim for the moon, even if you miss, you will land up amongst the stars. So one plan could be very, very simple, that if you are investing in an index mutual fund, which gives you a return of 15%, 22 years later, you will have 1 crore. Forget about the time value of money. Now, when I show this page to a lot of people, they don't believe. They say, oh, 22 years it is going to take and things like that. But my dear friend, if you don't have a plan, take a plan which has a possibility to work. Because if your parents would have thought and they would have invested on this particular plan, by the time your family would have been crorepati. Have you heard this? Your parents will take you to some, your father or will take you to some place, and he will tell. And or you would have seen in this movie that, you know what, in 1990 I was passing through this particular road, and the price of this particular land was 5 to 10,000 rupees or a lakh rupees, something like that, right? Some sort of a thing. And
almost every dad would have said that, sir.
Right? And what you ask is, why didn't you buy it? Isn't it? That's what comes to your mind, that why didn't you buy it? So the point here is, if they have not done it and if they have not started investing, it is our responsibility to start. It is our responsibility that let it take time. Of course, there is going to be a fast track. That if you set a goal and if you start moving towards it, do you know it also moves towards you? When you start moving towards a goal, it also starts moving towards you. Right? And the moment you reach half towards the goal and half you are away, you are on the way figure out how to shorten the path. It always happens. It always happens. So it depends, right? If you are investing 5,000 rupees in an index mutual fund and you are getting a return of 15%, you will make a crore. If you invest 10,000 rupees, you will make 2 crore. If you invest 15,000 rupees, you will make 3 crore. If you invest 20,000 rupees, you make 4 crore. So depending on what you can afford, you don't have to compete with anybody. You got to start investing. This is one plan. There could be multiple plans, right? So let's move on to point number 2. Now my next question to you is, have you built your net worth statement? Because if you have not done your net worth statement, you don't know where you stand. So very, very important that you go and do your net worth statement. You know about your asset, you know about your liabilities, so that when you take the difference of that, you will know exactly where you stand. And if you have not done it, please go and do it. Now, if some of you don't know, I am going to share this statement, this format with Dilip. We are going to cover more.
I'd love to, sir, because personally I am also thinking how to do my self-worth statement, but it kind of
right. So this gives me another idea that we will do only one webinar on how to do your net worth statement, and we will actually do that as an action thing, right? So what we are covering today is more of a theory. When we go and do it together, we'll be able to build net worth statement, right? So what you have to do is, I will share the format. You write your asset, you write your liability, and just take a difference of that. It is okay if your net worth is right now negative, because even if it is negative, if you have to make it positive, we got to work on that. Until and unless you don't have a bird's eye view on your net worth, on your net worth statement, you are not going to grow. You will not know whether you are going up in finances or whether you are going down in finances. So this is how net worth will look like. I have 4 formats which I am going to share with all of you. I'll share with Dilip, and Dilip is going to share in the group or whosoever is attending. And you take a look, fill all those formats. So remember, the first format is your net worth statement. Then what you will get to know, you will get to know your asset, you will get to know your liability, and the other thing what you got to do is, the question is whether you budget every month, right? You got to set a budget every month. So what do you need to ask is, how is it gonna be different? So now we are at home, not spending too much. Whatever we are spending more on getting stuff from the Amazon and things like that, right? So what you got to do is, you got to budget every month, and you got to take a look at your income minus expense. Your budget will actually tell you whether your income minus expense value is positive or negative. But while you are budgeting, I want you to add one more column, and that column is called as whether it is a need or whether it is a want. Right? Now, if it is a need, no problem. But if it is a want, what I would say is, ask this question: should I be taking this want, or should I invest this money somewhere? You know. So first format what I'm going to give you is a net worth statement, and the second format what I'm going to give you a budgeting statement. Right? Both are there in Excel. What you have to ensure is that budgeting statement, you have to, again, net worth you will evaluate every month, and you are going to evaluate your budgeting also every month. Okay.
Right.
Now, my fourth question to you is: do you think you have an adequate wisdom of the riches, and you deserve to make 1 crore? Now, this looks like a theoretical question, but this question is very important, right? Because what you will need is, you will need something extra, something what people do not have, something which will take you out of the group, which is going to give you a mindset which other people don't have, right? Because this is where comes taking that knowledge, taking that learning. Let's say, take a look at the pictures, right? So how many of you have read books on Warren Buffett? I have read at least 10 books on Warren Buffett, on his value investing methodology, right? Do you know who is the person from the Warren Buffett's family who is very close to Warren Buffett, and she has written, or he has written, books? Anybody?
Not sure, sir.
Right? So you understand what I'm talking about, right? How many of you know that there are books which are written on Amazon, that how did Jeff Bezos build this Amazon? Or how many of you know have gone and watched this social networking movie, and there are books also? How many of you have gone and studied the life of the Steve Jobs and the Bill Gates, right? Bill Gates are there for wrong reasons in the media now, but we cannot take his credibility, right? So it is very, very important to read the biographies. Folks, you are going to get something. I can tell you that from the Warren Buffett's biographies and the methods, I have got so much that I was able to make a tons of money from that particular formula. I'll tell you the person. Her name is Mary Buffett. I was supposed to meet her in Thailand 2 years ago. Unfortunately, I was not able to, because her all trip got cancelled because this Corona started. But I have another dream that I should meet Mary Buffett. She keeps coming to Thailand and Malaysia. So someday I'm going to bump up once these things stops. That is there in my dream list already. Okay. So read a lot of books on Warren Buffett. Read a lot of books on these guys. This is where, and there's one more person I would say, very, very important, whether you like him or not. But I think one fantastic person whom I really like is the Donald Trump. You may not like him as a president, you may not like him as a person, but definitely I like him as a business tycoon. He gives a lot to you. You go and watch his old interviews. You are going to get those lot of wisdom when you read his books.
Even Robert Kiyosaki talks in his Rich Dad Poor Dad book about Donald Trump.
Absolutely.
Yes.
They have written a book together, Why We Want You to Be Rich. So the problem with the money, the only challenge with the money will magnify the personality you are.
Right.
So we see that there is a Casanova kind of a personality which is there in Donald Trump, right? So that also magnifies. But then when it comes to making money, and I personally feel that in terms of wealth building, if you read his books, it is going to give you a tremendous mindset. I'm sure he has not written those books. He has a team working for him, but those guys are really amazing. I mean, his wealth building series 101 is really amazing, right? So ensure that on wealth. This is 2021, right? You read at least 24 books. This is 21, right? Let us read at least 21 book on wealth building this year. 3, 4 books you go and pick up of the Mary Buffett. 2 books you read on Steve Jobs. 2 books you read on Bill Gates. I can tell you those are not theory. You will figure out a lot of things from those books. And of course, there are actionable books, which anyway I'm going to share in the book. The problem with the MBA colleges, MBA colleges, all these guys who goes for Master of Business Administration, according to me, these guys should come back and they should create job. But the problem is, they learn business administration from the people who have never done the business. The guy who teaches Philip Kotler, probably he has never done the marketing. This is where is the problem. So we have to go and study those people who have been there, done that, and trust me, every time when you read a book, you will get an insight and which will take your business to a next level, depending on what type of business you have. Of course, it varies from business to business, right? So whichever business you are in or whichever business you are thinking of starting, ensure that you go and study. And folks, remember this quote, make a note of it. Life will not give you money what you want. Life will always give you money what you deserve. Okay, life will always give you money what you deserve. So you got to work on your deservability, and deservability comes when you have a conviction on something which you really believe. Okay, so you have to promise that this is a 2021, at least 21 book you guys are going to read. Okay, so then I move on to the, so one quote is, you will never make money what you want, but you will always make money what you deserve, because whether it's a stock market or whether it is a life, it is only going to pay you what you deserve. So if you're not making money what you desire, the thing is, probably right now you do not deserve. You have to work on your deservability. Okay, and deservability comes with a skill. We'll talk about it. Einstein says you cannot solve the problem with the same mind which has created it, right? So you got to look for another mind, you got to look for another advice, or it is okay that you go and read a book on that problem. You will also get that insight. Okay, that brings me to question number 5. Now this plays a very, very vital role because people overlook it. Okay, so when I do my program, by the way, I do a lot of program on a stock market. I help people trade and invest in stock market. I have created a system which is called as a 5-minute millionaire pro trader system, which helps people just trade in 5 minutes. Just wanted to let you know in case some of you are interested in stock market. So this is another problem, folks, because what happens is once you start building your wealth, you are accumulating money. You are accumulating money. You are building your corpus. But if you overlook this risk management system, chances are it is going to create a very big hole or a dent in the pocket. So ensure that it's very simple. Actually, it's very, very simple. That ensure that you have a risk management system in place. So if you are somebody who is in job, what you have to do is you just have to look for 3-4 insurances. You ensure you have your term insurance, ensure you have a medical insurance, ensure that you have a critical illness insurance. And if you are somebody who is exposed to those areas which is more prone to those earthquake and natural disaster, your home is also insured. It happens. I live in a Bangalore, but twice I have encountered flood in Bangalore, the apartment where I was living in. We never thought that flood can come in a big cities like Bangalore, but we encounter it, right? So if you have to look at all these things, because if these are not taken care, you are building the wealth, but these things will create a hole in your pocket and it will take it, right? So how much is the term insurance you should take? Very simple. Whatever money you are making right now, the interest should at least make 50% of that money. So that something happens to you also, then your family is at least being covered by 50%. In terms of a medical insurance, ensure you know that, right? How expensive the bills are. We keep reading of this corona disease and what kind of bill these hospitals are throwing to people. And of course, you can take a critical illness as a rider and home, as I said. Ensure that all these things are protected. Otherwise, they will come and they will create a big dent upon the money what you have accumulated. Okay. Now, what I want you to understand is, even if you are in a job, you got to understand the multiple income streams. Okay, multiple income streams. What are those? So I'm going to share this format with you. So right now, there are 7 income streams, and this is what I want you to track on a month-on-month basis. Because even if you are not making money in all of these, it is always going to remind you that, dude, you are supposed to make money in these other things also. So, what are some of the incomes are there? So, job income means your salary, as simple as that. Now, the guy who are in business, my special advice to you: either you pay yourself first or you pay your employees. If you pay your employees, I think you are in a wrong foot. You got to pay yourself. So, if you have a business, you got to give yourself a salary first. You should be the first employee of your business. What most of the business people do, they pay to others, and then they go back home with the baggage of hope. So if you are not doing that, you're not paying yourself first. It is your responsibility that you become the first employee. You're supposed to make a job income also, and you're supposed to make a profit income also, right? Then we have an interest income. You keep your money in FD. You give it to some company on a higher interest rate. Business and profit income, I'm sure you know. Dividend income, very good. If you invest in a stock market, for example, from the April to August, I keep getting dividend. I'm very, very happy. Even if this dividend income is 100 rupees, I'm very happy. You know why? 10 share gives you 100 rupees, it becomes 1,000 rupees. At least I want to buy pair of clothes, let's say, it can be taken care. So look for that, and of course there will be another dividend income opportunity. Rental income, of course, you can make it, but I think there is a challenge right now going around the real estate. I mean, if some real estate guys are there, great, but I'm not very good at commercial property and things like that. So right now, I personally feel, especially in the metropolitan city, there is not much of a great opportunity in real estate. But if you can have a positive cash flow through, it should not be like, you have bought a house of a 1 crore and then you get a rent of 30,000. So you will be paying, let's say 15 lakhs of down payment also you have done, 85,000 of EMI you will be making, and 30,000 of rent you will be getting. So it's a minus 55,000 rupees of a cash flow. Let's not do that. Of course, capital gain income, whenever any kind of an asset appreciates, that kind of income is there. But the major challenge is always when you try to take this capital gain income, there is tax going to be attached to it. And finally, called as a royalty income, right? So if you ask me, Vijay, how many incomes you make, right now I make all 7, my friend, because I pay myself first. So my salary is fixed every first of the month. The business income comes and I take my salary. Then I run a lot of programs, as I said. So I have my profit income. Interest is, of course, the money we have in FD. Those give us interest. I invest in stock market, so keep getting dividend. Today only, if you go and check, Hindustan Unilever has credited some money to my account. Not a big money, because I was not holding large number of shares, but maybe 500 rupees, right? It feels good when you make extra income, isn't it? Rental income, we have a couple of properties through which we get that capital gain. I haven't. I would say it's more like not big income as yet, and royalty income is something which I regularly make through my books. My audiobook is also about to release in a month, so I will have now 2 products which will give me royalty income. Nothing to boast. What I'm trying to tell you is it is possible. You can make income in all 7 income streams. Okay. So I'm going to share this format, by the way, with you. The 4 format which I promised. One is the net worth statement. Second is the budgeting statement. Third is the 7 income stream statement. And this is the one more important question is that do you have a money management system in place? This is something very, very important, that when you make money, what do you do with it, right? So for that, we have created a simple money management system. Maybe some of you will not be able to follow it, but I want you to reach to a level, reach in life where you will be able to follow it. So what you do is very simple. It's called a 5-wallet system. So whatever money you make, 20% of the money you keep for investing. 10% of the money is for your financial freedom. Now, what is the definition of financial freedom? I know this group is also from a financial freedom. Very simple formula. When your passive income takes care of your expenses, you are financially free. So somebody who has got an income of 10,000 rupees versus somebody who has got an income of 5 lakh rupees, this guy who has a 10,000 rupees income, he can quickly get financially free, right? Because his needs are less. When your needs are more and wants are more, you have a problem, right? So I was able to become free because I started living below my means. Even when I was working, I was in a corporate, I always ensure that my profile is always one notch low than the people who are at our level. That's the reason most of them are still working in corporate. Of course they are at higher position, but there is a problem with the higher position. I met with an accident in 2016 January. I still remember the date because it was 26th of January, and I broke my this hand, and I had to undergo surgery. But the problem was, after I came back from the surgery, my company wanted me to work, right? Because I was managing a big team. I was at a high profile and I was managing a big team. This is where I realized, because I was also almost a stock market trader for 16 years, and I was in a corporate high paid job, so two incomes at the same time. So you get into a comfort zone. And that is what exactly happened with me, that I was in that comfort zone. Two income aa raha hai, chal raha hai. But that time I realized that although I'm a money rich, but I was a time poor. And as you grow in an organization, you start becoming that time poor. You don't have a time for your family. You don't have a time for your friends. What you are doing is you are just spending late night. There's nothing wrong. If you have accepted that kind of a life, perfectly fine. But I made a promise that day that, hey, enough is enough. And I'm going to be time rich, and I'm going to be a time money rich as well. And
This is an awesome concept, sir. I mean, this concept, time poor, is very true because when we are in the process of earning money and like investing and trying to make a side income, but this probably in the initial stage of our hustles, we might find this, but this is today. This concept you introduced to us, that time rich as well as money rich, is both are essential to live a balanced life, I guess. Yeah. Thank you so much, sir.
Absolutely. So that is what happened. I made a decision, and I had see, the thing is, you cannot see, everybody is waiting to become quick rich. It is not going to happen, my friends. You have to have a plan around it. When you go through the material, you can understand what kind of a comprehensive study is required to understand and plan it, right? So 10% to financial freedom, 10% to your education. Constantly you have to upgrade yourself, my friend. Okay, constantly, whether it's a knowledge on investing, it's a knowledge on a stock market. Because I believe success, if you have to become successful, the sooner you will acquire that knowledge, the sooner you will become successful. So go and learn from the people who have created those results. Who have the best way to look at finding a mentor is he's somebody who has better result than you in life. That's a way to find a mentor, right? So I'll come back on that. Okay. So you should be able to live your whole thing with the 50% of expenses. But if you have a finances which is messed up, I know it is difficult. But what you can do is you can slowly practice. What I would say is you start with 1,000 rupees and take that 1,000 rupees out of your salary. Let's say your entire finances are messed up, but you take that 1,000 rupees or 10,000 rupees out of that particular group and see, can you use that 1,000 rupees and start managing it, right? Trust me, if you are managing with 1,000 rupees also, by the end of the year, if you use this format, you will have some money for investing. You will have some money in your financial freedom bank account. You will have some money for education, right? And charity is something which I leave it on you. You can do it with use that money for entertainment or charity, or you can just do a 50-50, right? 5 to 10% for entertainment and charity, right? So use this 5 wallet system. The 4 format I'm telling you, they looks very simple on Excel. But the moment you will start using this 4 format, because I have personally used it, you will get a bird's eye view on your financial habits. A lot of people will not even realize that you have a habits around the finances. There are people who are spenders, and then there are people who are savers. The problem is spenders spend too much, savers don't enjoy the life. So what we have to do is we have to strike a balance. We have to become a controlled spender, and we have to also become a liberal saver. That is what is important. See, if you're a saver, you're not going to enjoy your money in graveyard. You got to start enjoying that money right now. You have heard this story that there was a businessman. He was not having. He was always busy in the business, never time for his family, never time for his wife, and finally one day he got a heart attack in his Mercedes, and his wife later married to the driver. And what he said when he reached heaven, that I realized that whole life actually I was working for the driver. So this is what is very, very important, that when you're making the money, ensure that you enjoy that money. You're not just keeping it in a bank account. There it is just a number. Okay. So be a liberal saver and a controlled spender. Because if you're a spender and you're somebody who's swiping the card, then my dear friend, you are going to go broke. Okay. So use this format. I'm going to share this format with Dilip. This is a very powerful format, which is going to put a structure. See, the problem of today is all the education is free. YouTube, you go to YouTube, multiple channels, Telegram, so much. But what I have figured it out is one key to success is being structured in life. When you will be structured in life, then you can have a clarity. And clarity is power, my friend. The moment that clarity comes, you are free. You know that how much money you will be making next month. And you will know that, okay, even if I'm making only salary income, here are the possibilities. You start exploring possibilities. So first become disciplined and follow these formats, which I'm going to share to you, and you will see magic happening in 6 to 10 months. Your finances are going to bound to improve. I can promise it to you. Why? It has happened with already thousands of people.
Right.
Okay. Any questions so far? I have not given you a chance to ask question. I have to go fast because I need to wrap up quickly. Any question?
Anyone has any questions?
Anyone has any question?
No, sir. You're explaining clearly.
Awesome. Okay. That brings me to, this is something very, very important. Now, I'm sure you would have heard this, but my question is, the people with whom you are associating right now, right, and the desired income what you want in next to 3 to 5 years, are they aligned? Ask this question. The people you are associating with right now and the income what you want in 3 to 5 years, are they aligned? Because your income is always going to be average income of 5 of the people you closely hang around with. I'm sure you would have heard it, right? So you tell me salary of your 5 best friends with whom you hang around. I know that in Corona we are not going out and things like that, but still we have our association and I can tell your salary even if you don't tell me, right? So you have to go back and check those associations. If they are not aligning with the money what you want to make in next 3 to 5 years, probably it's a time for you to change your association. That association could be a book. That association could be a person. He could be a coach. But if you are the smartest of the bunch, my friend, there is a problem in your expectation. You have to set your expectation right. Because if this is what is going to be your association in next 3 to 5 years, what income you desire, you are not going to make. So very, very important is change your association. How did I graduated from the employee? When I was an employee, I had those associations. But I never associated with the people. So I had a clarity in my mind that where am I heading? So, so I was there in all those conferences, or I was there, I had to really plan. It was difficult along with the work, but I had to really plan those travels and I had to really plan those things so that I go and meet those people across the world who can help me with, going to next level. So very important, start asking this question, go find mentor, go find people together. You have to change that association, my friend. Otherwise, whatever income you are expecting, it is only going to be for next 3 to 5 years. Next 3 to 5 years, you are not going to make it. Okay. Now, this I will not go in very much detail, but this is what I have learned over the years. That there is a vibration, right? I don't know how many of you have realized this, but when you are low in life, you operate at a lower vibration. unfortunately, the entire, if you're somebody who is too much into television these days, everywhere negativity. So it's better to switch off the television. I never have those cable connections and those stupid debates. It's been 15 years, no newspaper at my home, no those stupid debates, right? I have television, but I only watch Netflix and Amazon Prime. I don't have any cable connection at my home, right? So all these things, what they do is they will create a negativity. I'm sure you would have heard this at any point of time, but I believe there is a vibration of abundance, and time comes when you are ready. So if I really go 5 years back, would I be called to inspire people? No. But today, I will be called to inspire people. Why? Because I have taken my vibration there. After this particular program, I will be speaking in an event where there are 400 people who are coming in, right? So, yeah, this, I don't know how do I teach you, but you will have to figure this thing out. I will share some material in the group, and you will be able to relate to it. That you will have to take your vibration up. There are various ways. You can take it through the visualization. You can take it through the affirmation, and you can take it through the emotional dreams. We'll talk about it. I will probably do a video on this particular thing, but just I'm touching upon this topic. Okay.
Sir, I have, as per your suggestion, I have from the clubhouse, you have suggested to listen to an audio called "The Strangest Secret" by
yes, you can actually share that. Yeah.
It's brilliant, sir. Seriously.
Yeah, you can share that. Okay. That brings me to So these are two connected things. Okay, one is taking your vibration up, and second is to install a new belief. Right. So install a new belief. I will just give you one thing. If you are making money right now from one wallet, you will not make too much money, my friend. If there is just one wallet which is paying you right now, I can tell you, you will do good, okay, in life, but you won't be able to become very wealthy. So if you have to become very wealthy, that ensure you are getting money from the multiple wallets. Okay, that means if you have a salary, you just make money from your company's wallet. But if you have a business, then probably you will go and make money from multiple wallets. So you will have to figure it out. I mean, of course, there are various things in terms of what type of business I do, things like that. That's another discussion altogether. But this is something which you will have to figure it out. And rather than looking down that I'm in a job, how will I do it? Again, as I said, give a right question to your mind. That, hey, you know what, mind, I want to build my own business. Can you find a solution for me? And I can tell you, your mind is very, very powerful. It will find a solution for you. So new belief to install. This is something which I will not cover. It's a short time, but inner game of wealth is something which we need to work on for sure. Now, my next question to you is, how much time will it take for you to double your money? If I ask this question to everyone present in this room, can anyone answer how much time will it take for you to double your money? Anybody? Are you playing? First of all, are you playing even the double game? I play this double game. Okay, I actually play the triple game. I'll tell you. Okay, so I'll tell you how do I play triple game. Okay, and my question to anyone who can open and tell that, are you playing this double game? Are you even thinking that I have to double my money?
Yes.
Okay, so how much time will it take for you to double your money? By the way, who is this?
Yeah, my name is Ajay.
Okay.
Ajay, sir.
Ajay, how much time does it take for you to double your money?
1 month.
Okay, and what do you do?
Yeah, I'm doing business as well as I'm working in a company.
Okay, so are you saying that you put the money in business and it doubles in a month?
No, it will take more time, but it will, but not double. It will give some more profit.
No, that is what is my question. I'm specific. If you have to double your money, how much time does it take?
And it will take 1 year, sir, 1 year.
1 year? Are you saying that 100% return you can generate in 1 year? That is what you're saying?
But
What type of
it's
business it is? I'm ready to invest. I'll give you money.
50-50 chance. 50-50 chance
Ah,
only.
50-50 chance. Then there is a problem, right? I can lose my money also. I don't take more than 5 to 10% chance. If there is a 5 to 10% chance, I'm okay to take it. Okay, anyways, guys, I'll teach you quickly. Okay.
Okay.
How much time do I have? Okay, 15 minutes. Okay. Okay, let us take a look at this. What are the options to double our money? So we have FD. Okay. FD, what is the rate of interest? 6%.
Yes.
Now, as per the rule of 72 by R, how much time will it take? 72 by 6, 12 years. What is the second option you have? Post office. What's the rate of return? 8%. How many years it will take? 9, as per the rule of 72 by R. Third, we have gold as an option. And gold ETF I'm talking about. What's the rate of return? Around 10%. How much time will it take? 7 years. Then what option do we have? Mutual funds. There, what option do we have? It will give you a return between 10 to 12%. Let's go on a higher side. 12%. How much time will it take? 6 years to double your money. Right? Then comes stocks. Right? So I'm not very good in a real estate, so I cannot give you that example. If some of you are good, you can tell me. But I believe on an average, real estate will give you a return between 10 to 11% per annum. Right? That is what happens in a long run. Now stocks, I can tell you with my conviction that if you are trading, if you do 2% a month only, your result will be in a year you will make 24%. And if you can produce, because this is a result which I'm producing right now, so I can tell you with my conviction, I can double my money in 3 years. What I invest in stock, I'm not talking about that. Now I will tell you a method through which you can 3x your money in 7 years. Okay. So what you got to do is, let's say you have 10 lakh rupees. I'm just taking this example with 10 lakh rupees, but then you can do with anything. Okay. So with 10 lakh rupees, if you start, always remember whatever capital you have, 70% of your money should be in investing. So that means 7 lakh rupees will be in investing, right? And only 30% money you bring in trading. Okay. 30% money you bring in trading. So that means 3 lakh rupees is going to come to trading, right? Now this 7 lakh rupees is invested in a mutual fund or a stock, and it is going to give you a return of 12% or 10%. Let's go conservative. So as per the rule, if you are getting a return of 10% and rule of 72 by R, in 7 years, your money is going to get doubled and it will be a 14 lakh rupees in investing, and it is safe, right? Because you are in safe asset. Now when you come to trading, it is a little risky. You have to take a risk. When you work with me, you take a risk of at least somewhere between 5 to 10%. But here, your return is going to be really great. So if you ask me, Vijay, how much return did you get in the month of May and June? We expect 2%, but in May we got 5%, and June in first 15 days we got 10%. But it doesn't happen very often. That's why I say let's limit to 24%. So what you're going to do is, after 6 years, actually you are going to double this money. It will be somewhere close to 6 to 7 lakh rupees in 7th year. So this is how let's put it 6. So this is how your this particular value is actually somewhere close to, by the time you reach 7th year, this value actually goes to 7 the 3 to the 6, 6 to the 12, somewhere close to, this value also goes to 12 to 14 lakh rupees. Okay, it's picking up date here. Okay, this value also goes to 12 to 14 lakh rupees. So if you trade with a minimum value also, you can actually triple your money in 7 years. That's what is the plan, and it is workable pretty much. Okay, if you have a better plan than this, you can definitely reach out to me. Okay, sounds good. Any questions so far?
Yes.
Super. Okay, so play that double game which I taught you. Okay, very, very important. If you're not playing the double game, there is a problem. Okay, then definitely the question is, are you investing in gold? Gold should be always at least 10 to 15% part of your portfolio. Why? Because of this. Gold is again a safest investment, and you guys come most of you come from Tamil Nadu, so I'm pretty much sure your love for gold is really amazing. So I don't have to
Yes,
teach
yes.
you this lesson actually, so I'll skip. But just look at the value of 1 kg gold. In 1 kg gold in 1990s, with that money you would have bought a Maruti. In 2000, you would have bought a Steam. In 2010, with 1 kg gold, you can buy a Innova, and now you can buy a BMW, right? With the 1 kg gold. But think about it. What is the value 20 years, 10 years from now? We are to 2021. In 2030, with the same amount, probably we'll go and buy a helicopter or a small private plane kind of a thing, right? So very, very important. Keep building the gold as an asset. At least 10 to 15% of your portfolio should be gold. Okay? And leverage the power of stock market. This is where I come as an expert, right? Leverage the power. I have 2,500 people who trade on our channel right now, and 2% a month is possible, folks, in stock market. Okay, we don't bring in all your money. 30% of the money you bring in the stock market and leverage this power, right? 1.5 crore people. In this Corona period, how many people have entered stock market? Only 5.1 crore Demat account were there till 2019 December. And by 2021, you know how many Demat accounts are there? It's now 6.6 crore. 33% growth in 2021. Still, what percentage of population is trading or have a Demat account? Forget about the experts. It's just
5%.
less than 5%. Absolutely. So leverage it. Because see, if you want wealth to overflow in life, you have to earn, manage, and grow. Then only wealth will overflow. Now, earning, I told you, right? If you have a job, think how can I create a business out of it, and it is possible. People are sitting at home, and there are tons of opportunity which are there. Think about a business because you need to get money from multiple wallets. Manage. I would say anybody can read a book. Have you seen so many gurus are there in market now, right? Everybody poses like this. They have not done the work and they become a coach. You would have seen that, right? Everybody. You don't know them. You don't know their backing. But very important to do a due diligence before you coached by those people, right? You can go to their social media profile. You go do due diligence, what kind of they are living, and you will know that whether they qualify to be your coach or not. But leverage, very important. Power of stock market. Uh, then comes networking. I mean, I'm sure we all are there on the clubhouse, but we know our network is net worth. But the question is, with whom are you networking? You know, so very, very important that ensure that you're not networking with everyone. It's a waste. First, you have to have a clarity. Why are you networking, and whether this person should be there in your network or not. You know, have a clarity. Don't network with everybody. Waste. I always select people and I network with them. I don't go and if I'm there on a clubhouse, I network with everybody, right? Probably I'll follow everybody, but I network with very limited people. Very important. And the next thing is, if you have to become a businessman, see, if you want to live like an employee, that is okay. But if you have to build a business, folks, you got to become an influencer. And who is the greatest influencer as a businessman right now? If you see them in media, he's the smartest guy. Somebody whose company was on a verge of bankruptcy at a time, company named SpaceX and company named Tesla. See, he is the richest man in the world. Of course, he does some stupidity here and there, it looks like, but it's not stupidity. Those are gimmicks for his visibility. Whether he comments on a Bitcoin or whatever he does, you feel like it's a stupidity, but he's the smartest guy. And that's the reason Tesla, if you have an opportunity to invest, should be a stock in your portfolio. Because I don't invest in stock, folks. I invest on a man.
Right.
I don't invest in Apple. I invested in what Steve Jobs has created, right? So very important, your networking, and create a social media of influencer. You will be able to do better as a business. Otherwise, 95% of the business people struggle, right? So very important. Last and not the least, whether you are doing a job, I hear people that I don't like my job is not good. If I had my business, I would have done this, then it's great, blah, blah, blah. No, Remember, how you do anything, this is how you will do everything. If you're not doing good in job, and if you are thinking that you will do good in business, grass is greener at the other side. So if you are in job, ensure that you do well. You take the promotions fast. You climb to a position where company starts paying you from the profit. Because you can be in the job and you can become an entrepreneur there. You become part of their sales team. You become a VP in that company. Get a stock option. Do things fast. Not necessarily you have to go and do the business. There also you can do good. So either you own a business, learn the sales process, marketing. I believe these are the two very very important skills, and take a positions in your company very fast. You will make more money, right? So I hope these
Right.
16 questions have helped you. And with this, I am done. If you have any question, I'll take it for 4 minutes because I'll have to hop up for another program in just 15 minutes.
Yes. Thank you so much, Vijay sir. I mean, this is one of the best sessions we ever had. I mean, you just pointed out in various. We till now we had specific areas in which we, like, for example, mutual fund or share market, but your session was like covering the overall wealth management, like where and all we should be careful, how we should build our portfolio, in what ways we need to double our money. This session was very very useful personally for me. I'm sure it would have been useful to others. But anyone, guys, anyone has any question, like have any question?
No, no, Dilip. Actually, I do agree with what you said.
Yeah.
Really, it was a wonderful session, sir.
Thank you so much, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'll share the link of my ebook, what I promised to Dilip. Dilip is going to share in the group to all
Yes.
of you, and I will also share the format which I have promised. In case if you guys have doubt or you want to ask me question, I'm sure all of you on a clubhouse, you are there. I will also share my number in the group, and I have another session starting in 15 minutes. I will share the link of that session. That is session is on a technical analysis. 2 day session it is today and tomorrow. In case some of you want to hop in there, I know you already have gone through so much. You can definitely hop in there. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you
Thank you,
so much.
thank you,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
thank you, Vijay sir. Thank you, Vijay sir. I joined lately, but whatever inputs I got from you, that's are really appreciable and valuable for me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, folks. Thank you so much. And with this, I will take leave from all of you because I have to hop into another session.
Yeah. Thank you,
Okay.
sir. Thank you.
Thank you
Yeah.
so
Thank
much.
you, everyone. Thank you so much.
Dilip bro.